Hey my friends, it's Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. If you are like me, anytime that you see anything rainbow, your little eyes just pop out and it just makes you say ooh and ah. So today I wanted to create a simple background using my Distress Oxide inks. Lately I've been really addicted to these inks especially, and also creating rainbow backgrounds. So I thought I would do a tutorial showcasing that you can do like a little simple background that not necessarily covering a whole card panel. So I'm taking some masking tape here. This is just some post-it tape, and I'm masking off a section of my white card base here. This is just a piece of smooth white cardstock. You can use any of your favorite white cardstocks for this. I think I am using specifically the Tim Holtz watercolor paper simply because I like to use any type of distress ink on this paper because it blends so well. But you can use any kind of white cardstock that you'd like to use. So I'm going to create my rainbow background, and I've got all the rainbow colors that you can get obviously with the 12 pack that was released. And the colors that I used was warm lipstick, spiced marmalade, fossilized amber, peel paint, broken china, faded jeans, and wilted violet. So I am taking my little ink daubers here because I didn't want to get since I am creating this background in such a small area, I wanted to use my little ink daubers for this because obviously because it's a little bit easier to handle, and we're only using a little bit of ink and a little bit of an area. So this makes the job that much more easy. So I'm just going along and just taking each color and blending each color and making sure that I'm blending each color within each other, because obviously you want the colors not to have harsh lines in between each color. So I'm making sure that each color that I am blending into each other. And this creates a smoother blend. And right now, obviously, the ink is wet, so it looks a little bit more harsh right at the current moment. But as this ink dries, soaks into your paper, it will just kind of smooth out and even out as it dries into the paper. So keep that in mind as you're blending too. So I love all of these colors together. Obviously, like I mentioned before, I've been obsessed with anything rainbow lately. And I think it's just because I'm trying to, obviously we're officially in spring, which makes me happy. And you know, no more winter as far as where I'm at least. Hopefully it's pretty where you are too. And I just love these bright, happy colors. Anytime I see these colors, they make me smile. So I have completed the background here, and I'm just going to remove my masking tape, and you can see that really good sharp clean edge. That's what I love. My favorite part of this, masking this off, is getting that good clean and crisp edge. Now I'm taking some Ink-a-Dink-a-Doo masking paper along with this die here from, I believe it's from MFT, and it's a great size to do the next technique that I'm about to show you. And I just cut down a piece of that Ink-a-Dink-a-Doo paper and die cut this through that paper. And we're going to place this on our cardstock here to make sure that it doesn't move. And so I'm just taking some of that masking up post-it tape there and just kind of placing that down, making sure it doesn't move. And I replaced the little middle of the O because obviously I wanted my sentiment to be complete. I've got this little stamp set here from Pretty Pink Posh called Beautiful Blissful Butterflies. And there is this very small butterfly. There's a solid image of this, and as well as the outline that I'm using now. And I thought it would be fun and different to create my sentiment by stamping this little butterfly within this die cut sentiment that I did with the die cutting, and create my sentiment this way. And you can do this multiple ways. You can keep turning the stamp multiple ways if you want. But the way I did this is try to keep the butterflies as close together as possible. That way it's a little bit more of a seamless and, you know, put together sentiment. But as you will see, it looks a little bit like a hot mess right now. But once I remove this mask here, you will see how this turned out. And it's really cool. And it gives you something different for a sentiment. And so I really enjoy doing something like this every so often to just give us something a little bit different and something unexpected. So I wanted to create a little bit more of a cleaner edge on around my sentiment and my inked panel there. So I just cut down a piece of really thin black cardstock, and I'm just adding these strips along the edges here, and it really does make a big difference in the overall design, and it really does pull it together. And as you will see, whenever I apply this card panel to my black card base, you will see that it all ties it all together. So I'm just taking my glue pen and adding the other end of this strip here. I like adding glue like this whenever I've got a small area, to use my little glue pens, because it puts down a really thin bead of glue. So I'm taking this other butterfly here. This is another solid image of this little bitty set here. And I'm just going to stamp this down on some scrap white cardstock. And I've got the coordinating dies as well to die cut this out. So I'm going to take this to my die cut machine and die cut this out. And it's going to give it obviously that little white of a border all the way around. So now I'm going to apply this to my card base. And you can see where I was going to go ahead and put this on, but then I thought it needed something. It needed a little bit of color inside of that butterfly. So I'm just randomly picking some Copic markers that I have in my stash. I will have them specifically listed below in the description bar if you're interested to know exactly what colors I used. But literally, I just looked at my Copic markers to see the colors that I had on my card, and then just kind of matched them to the colors. I didn't really have in mind specific numbers or anything like that, but I just kind of chose them at random. So because I wanted to mimic the rainbow of the card to this butterfly, and it really did make a big difference in the overall design of the card. So I'm just going to go ahead and add my last few colors here to this little bitty butterfly. And I love that it's got the coordinating dies with it, because if you've been on my channel, or if you're new to my channel, you will know about me that I'm not much of a great of a person to do my fussy cutting. It's just not one of my favorite things to do. So we're going to go ahead and put this on our card base. I got some foam adhesive, and then we're going to go ahead and add just a little bit of shimmer to our card. And because I wanted to add a little bit of shimmer as it will complete the end of our card, and just add a little bit of extra something to the whole card design. So that completes our card for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will catch you on my next video. Bye-bye.